If you stutter, you probably have been told to slow down, to use techniques, to breathe. But there is one piece of advice that stutterers never hear, and it changes everything. Let's dive in. Hi, my name is Dr. McCool. I'm a GP from Ireland. I'm a person who stutters. I run a free online platform called Stutter Connect, which you're all free to join. Link is in the description below. I now coach people who stutter one-on-one to help them gain confidence and start living the life that they truly want despite having a stutter. Because I have had a stutter for years, but I've transformed my life into confidence and control over my speech, which I now have, as I do not let my stutter hold me back anymore. I'm a full time doctor and stutter coach and really enjoy and really embrace the speaking challenges every single day which I face. But I'm no longer shackled by my stutter, and I truly believe that you can overcome the fear, the anxiety, the stress, the shame, the guilt around having a stutter. Despite everything you have been told, stuttering is not the real problem. The real problem is what stuttering teaches you to do. It teaches you to be anxious, stressed, avoid situations, avoid words or sounds, and impacts your ability to live the life that you truly want to live. People who stutter lack confidence and they think they're just going to develop confidence out of the blue. But confidence comes through action, through speaking, through daily challenges, through proving to yourself that you can face adversity with courage. You can speak up despite still having fear. Real confidence comes from courage, from fighting your fear head on, from speaking anyway before you feel confident. People who stutter do not feel confidence as they are afraid of being judged by the other person. They're afraid of negative criticisms, of negative thought patterns that the other person might think when they stutter. They're afraid of getting caught in a massive block, of being laughed at, of being ridiculed for having a stutter. So, what does the person do? The person who stutters avoids, they rehearse every conversation. They say the words that they can only confidently say, and they avoid the words that they know they're going to stutter on. They keep quiet even though they want to speak. They stop living the life that they truly want. They live the life that's easy to live because of their stutter, and stop following their passions and going after and getting after the life that they truly want to live because of fear of stuttering and fear of negative perceptions of the listener. But the negative stuttering cycle happens. The person who stutters avoids the situation that they fear, and all of a sudden the fear starts to grow. It solidifies in their mind and their subconscious that they will stutter and they will be ridiculed, and they're afraid of this situation. This is a negatively never ending cycle of stuttering and fear. The fear grows and the stuttering grows. The shame, the negative feelings about oneself, the negative self talk even grows further. And where do you break the cycle? You break the cycle by having the courage to stutter in front of other people. That may not be what you want to hear. If you have a stutter, you're probably looking for a cure for your stutter. You're probably looking for the silver bullet, the magic bullet, the technique that will help you overcome your stutter. But the real step to overcoming stuttering is showing the listener that you have a stutter. Is voluntary stuttering, is getting comfortable stuttering in front of other human beings. This takes courage, but this is the first step. Getting comfortable in yourself, getting comfortable being yourself, being a person who stutters, and stop trying to be someone else. Because once you start to get comfortable with yourself, get comfortable stuttering in front of other people, that is when habituation starts. You start to get used to the feelings of stuttering in front of other human beings, and you realize there is nothing to be afraid about. Most people do not judge you. Most people are too preoccupied with their own lives, their own insecurities in their own life, and you soon realize that the listener does not care that you have a stutter. But you have to show them your stutter. You have to stop avoiding words. You have to use disclosure. You have to speak about your stuttering to your family, friends, even disclose it to people in shops, to people in cashiers, to people on the street. Casually mention in a conversation, oh, sorry, I have a stutter. Sometimes it takes me a bit longer to get the words out. Something as simple as that, but it plants seeds in your brain that you are not endangered by stuttering in front of other fluent speakers, that the people do not care. And if you consistently plant these seeds and water the plant of disclosure, voluntary stuttering, showing the listener who you truly are over a long time, the fear will eventually subside. Once the fear subsides, that is when the control over your speech happens. As most people who stutter can speak normal and fluently when by themselves, but it's when the listener enters the room that is when the stuttering happens. This happens because the seeds have been planted, the negative seeds have been planted for years, causing fear. And you have to counteract this fear by voluntary stuttering, by stuttering anyway, even when you do not feel confident, and speaking about your stutter. This will help your confidence grow as you know deep down you're being your true, stuttering, authentic self. You're not trying to be someone else. You're confident in your own skin. But this takes courage. This takes daily practice and action, as this will help you get out of that negative stuttering cycle, the fear, the anxiety, the shame, causing more avoidance and stuttering. But once you start showing who you truly are, that is when the fear levels will subside and you'll start living the life that you truly want, and you'll stop being shackled by having a stutter. And whatever you want to achieve in your life, you can do it. And a stutter should not hold you back in anything or any pursuits that you want to achieve in your life. I am a doctor with a stutter. I went through medical school. I remember years ago, I used to have shame, anxiety, and guilt around speaking to patients, around making presentations, socializing with my classmates. I always doubted myself how I can become a doctor while having this stutter. But I have been a doctor now for 10 years, and it is the best decision I ever made because I get to show my stutter every single day. I get to challenge my speech every single day. I now enjoy speaking, and I enjoy the daily challenge of showing patients and people who I truly am, a person who stutters. And I have a deep sense of satisfaction that I chose this career and I did not choose an easy speaking career. I went the hard choice. And sometimes the hard choices in life lead to long term satisfaction. And I truly believe this. My confidence did not develop by sitting in a room by myself, rhyming off affirmations. My confidence came in the real world. My confidence came through courage, through multiple failures over a long period of time, through showing the listener and showing the world who I truly am, a person who stutters. My confidence came from this channel. My confidence came from my free online platform, Stutter Connect, where I help people every week with a stutter. My confidence came through my one-on-one coaching, helping people overcome and transform into a person who is confident speaking, who is happy with their stutter, who is living their true authentic self, who is achieving the lives that they want to achieve. And you're welcome to join my one-on-one stutter coaching also. Link is in the description below. Email me and fill in the form below to see if you are a genuine fit for my stutter coaching. If you want to transform your life, if you're tired of stuttering, if you're tired of the shame, the anxiety, the self-hate, the guilt, and want to transform your life into a person who no longer lives in fear, who enjoys speaking conversations, who enjoys socializing, who enjoys speaking on the phone, who does not avoid any words, situations, or sounds anymore, is free from the shackles of a stutter, do not hesitate. Link is in the description below to join my one-on-one coaching. I guarantee you, you will not regret it. It is a shortcut for you. It is something I wish someone had told me years ago as a medical student, 10 years ago, because it would have been a realization for me and a shortcut to me to overcoming my stutter, to helping me control my speech. So please, if you are struggling with stuttering and want one-on-one help from a person who has lived that, who has overcome stuttering, who has transformed their life, join my one-on-one stutter coaching now. Also, having a stutter is socially isolating. You may not know anyone else with a stutter. That is why I provide one on one coaching with daily support for you to speak with me for daily help in overcoming your stutter. It is well worth your investment because you do not want to be still in the same negative stuttering mindset in 1 year's time, in 5 years' time, 10 years' time. You want to be free from stuttering. And I truly believe that you can be free, just like I am free. You can transform into the person that you want to become. You shouldn't be held back by your stutter. If you like this video, give it a like, comment below. What are you finding difficult about stuttering now? Share this video with a friend. And remember, if I can transform my life into a person who is not shackled down by a stutter anymore, you can 100% do it also. But you need other people. You cannot do this by yourself. So do not hesitate. Join my one on one stutter coaching below, and I'll talk to you then. Best luck, everybody.